Round one of the NFL draft is over. We move on to round two tonight. But last night, after that first round, we did a first round rookie mock draft, Superflex. A lot has changed. A lot of unexpected happened. A lot of landing spots now that we have. So much has changed now in our rookie drafts. So, for those who do have rookie drafts coming up very fast here, let's talk about it. Let's take a look at it, see what some of these reactions are, and how this first round is shaken up. So, these are the results of the mock draft. Let's go through it here. At the 101, Caleb Williams, he's pretty much the bona fide 101. Unless you're playing in maybe some different kind of format leagues, if you're playing in maybe a 10-team super flex, I can see what's going Marvin Harrison first. Even in a 12-team super flex, like start 10, which is kind of the standard nowadays, I'm okay if you take Marvin first, depending on your team need. But we know that the quarterback is king, right? What will you be able to get for Caleb Williams if he does become what we think he's going to become with all these weapons around him? Eventually, can you get a Marvin Harrison plus at some point in time? So either or there at the spots 101 and 102, those are pretty much solidified. You know it's going to be Caleb and you know it's going to be Marvin or vice versa. The spots that they went to, excellent spots. You got Marvin Harrison now with Kyler Murray. There's nobody else there in the wide receiver room to kind of compete with Marvin Harrison for targets other than, Michael Wilson. And of course, you got Trey McBride there as well, but there is plenty to go around. We could see Marvin Harrison be a top 12 wide receiver in his rookie season because of the volume that he could get. And then, of course, Caleb Williams, he could be a top 12, top 10 quarterback rookie season as well with the weapons that he has around him. Then you move to the 103, and we see J.J. McCarthy go all the way at the 1-3 here, ahead of Jaden Daniels, ahead of Drake May, Bo Nix, and Penix. And it's just that situation, right? The spot that he lands in. He goes to Minnesota. He's in the best spot other than Caleb Williams as far as the talent that's around him. Now, does J.J. McCarthy start the season as the starting quarterback? We don't know that yet. Does Sam Darnold play a few games or play half of a season or maybe even a full season if he's playing well before we see a J.J. McCarthy take the field? I don't know. We'll have to see what happens there, but he's in a pretty safe spot. You could feel like you're comfortable there because when you're talking about Drake May, who goes to the Patriots, there's no weapons there, and he's going to be forced to start right away probably, and that might not be a great look, right? Jaden Daniels going to Washington. He's got the rushing upside. Can he be the 103 pick for sure? I think you can absolutely argue for him for the 103 pick here, as well as a Malik Neighbors as well, right? Do you want to go wide receiver instead of taking the chance on some of these quarterbacks? So that's why we wind up doing a rookie draft last night. We want to see where everybody is feeling about some of these guys now that we have the landing spots. Malik Neighbors goes to the Giants at the 104. He's going to be hogging targets over there. There's absolutely nobody there to take away targets. Jaden Daniels goes 105. And then there's like the big question of like what happens after maybe these first few picks. I think we're going to see a lot of JJ McCarthy go early in our rookie drafts because people are just going to love the spot. They're going to just feel more comfortable about that situation. Romo Dunze going to the Bears. A lot of people are not going to like that because of the weapons already there. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, right? Cole Kmet. I love the spot for Odunze, and I love the fact that he's going to be kind of pushed back in rookie drafts. I think people are going to lower him a little bit because of that landing spot. And you could even make the argument to put Worthy over him as Worthy was here. Worthy was the wide receiver 3 off the board here in this rookie draft. So do you guys feel like Worthy should go before Odunze? I don't think so. I think Odunze, I'm still taking before Worthy. Just the overall what Odunze can do and what he can become. We're talking about him attached to what we feel is going to be an elite quarterback in Caleb Williams, right? Keenan Allen is an older guy. Is he there for one more year? Maybe 2 more years? They're probably getting rid of him after this season, if I had to guess, because you've got Odunze kind of in the works coming right up. And then you're rolling with Odunze and Caleb Williams for, the foreseeable future. I'm still taking Odunze before Worthy, but you can make the case to take Worthy over Odunze because of that landing spot. You've got Drake May after that, Brock Bowers, who I think has fallen down a lot of boards now. I'm not opposed to not even having him in the first round right now because of that landing spot. Like, why pay that kind of price for Brock Bowers? Like, can we just buy him next year for cheaper? Like, you still have Mayer there. We don't know what the offense is going to look like. You still have Devontae Adams. You still have Jacoby Myers. You have veteran wide receivers there that are going to command targets. And then you've kind of got no quarterback. Like, you've got Minshew, who's going to be okay, but I'm not a huge fan of Bowers right now, especially in that landing spot. Like, I'm okay with moving him out of the first round. What do you guys feel about Bowers? Like, are you guys just moving him out of the first round? I just feel like we can go and get something cheaper. Like, why pay that kind of price when you still got quarterbacks like Bo Nix on the board who's going to be winding up starting right away? And then Michael Penix, who is going to probably be a late first round pick, maybe second round pick in most of our rookie drafts. Like, it's hard to let him fall that far, but we know he's not going to start right away. So automatically he's kind of pushed back to that end of the first round. Now, what are your plans for the future? Do you have the patience to wait for the future? Do you think that Kirk Cousins is going to play 4 years? There's only 2 years of that contract that is guaranteed. So they can move off after 2 years if they wanted to. Shit, they can move off next year if they want to. We said the same thing with Russell Wilson, right? How can we get rid of that contract? They wound up getting rid of that contract somehow, whatever they had to eat, whatever it was. But can we see something like that with Michael Penix? Like, is Kirk Cousins on a short leash? Like, if they don't go to the playoffs or if they don't win a playoff game, we could be talking about Penix starting next year, maybe. Like, we don't know. But are you okay with waiting those 1 or 2 years when you have Drake London in his prime, when you have Kyle Pitts in his prime, when you have Bijan Robinson in his prime? Like, at that particular time, no matter when that time is, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, Penix is going to be very, very valuable when he finally becomes a starting quarterback of that team with weapons around him. So in Dynasty, a lot of players nowadays, we don't like to wait. Right. A lot of GMs don't like to wait. You don't have patience. I'm a big fan of Penix. I love the landing spot. So I'm still willing to take him in the back of the first tier. And then followed up with the 112 with Brian Thomas. Xavier Legette wind up going in the back end of the first round as well. I think he's more of like a mid-round second pick, late second round pick. We'll see where some of these other landing spots are for these wide receivers. We'll see what happens in tonight's draft. But I just wanted to come on, show everybody what we wound up doing last night in one of our rookie mock drafts, how it turned out, and see how you guys feel about some of this. And I think one of the bigger questions is Worthy. Like, how early are we taking him? Does he slide into that wide receiver 4 spot after Odunze now that we have the landing spot, or do you like Brian Thomas more in Jacksonville, who can become the wide receiver 1 there? My only thing with Worthy is, can he really become the actual wide receiver 1 for us in fantasy on a team that is still going to have Rashid Rice? I don't think that he's going to be gone or whatever the case is. Obviously, we have to see that play out. You got Kelsey there. You got Marquise Brown there, only on a 1-year deal. So can Worthy really be that wide receiver 1? He automatically gets ticked up because of where he went drafted to the Chiefs to get to play with Patrick Mahomes. It's just a matter of how early are we willing to take him. I think I've got him after Odunze. I think Worthy and Brian Thomas are a conversation. Still feel like Thomas kind of still has that higher upside than what Worthy does, but I think Worthy is pretty safe there on the Chiefs. So tell me how you guys feel about it. Where are you drafting some of these guys? What do you think about this rookie draft? Let me know down in the comments. Appreciate everybody for watching. We'll see what happens tonight in round 2. Appreciate y'all. See y'all on the next one.